Welcome to our show. We have the founder and editor-in-chief of Harbour Times, Andrew Work. I am Vincent Wong, founder of Solution on Wheels. Okay, let's get started. Last week, the past 2 days, the weekend, defines 2016 for the Hong Kong SAR. It's official. We have officially entered the year of craziness.
It's the time of madness.
Not the year of monkey, but But it's actually quite monkey.
Yeah, it's There's a
it's
lot
monkey
of
business, monkey politics. Yeah. It's a monkey year.
It's funny, and the contrast with Taiwan couldn't be starker. People in Taiwan feel energized and excited about their new president that they've elected. A little bit of saber rattling from China, and a ridiculous case concerning a 16-year-old pop star in Korea. You know, people say maybe pushed it along a little bit farther, but then we have Hong Kong, and it just seems like there's a state of confusion reigning, even in the wake of the policy address, which is supposed to give us direction.
I think the social psyche, I always say, the social psyche is quite telling.
Yeah.
Because last weekend is the Standard Chartered Marathon.
Yeah.
So you have a whole crowd of Hong Kong people running a marathon in cold drizzle.
And not just Hong Kong,
rain.
It's an international event. And I mean, they got poured on.
Yeah.
So,
and this is Hong Kong.
Yeah.
A lot of people got cold watered. Poured on.
Dumped on them.
Yeah.
So that may be an omen for the rest of the year.
Yes, the omen.
I will note that it did get very bright and sunny in the afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Now, when I went out later in the day, I put my sunglasses on.
You are an optimist.
No. It was bright and sunny in the afternoon.
I know, but you are an optimist. You know what I have done on that sunny afternoon?
What's that?
I watched Francis Coppola Apocalypse Now.
Okay. All right. Getting down to business. What's happening in Hong Kong? Okay. Over the weekend, we had Gui Minhai all of a sudden popped up after months of being disappeared.
Okay. Gui Minhai is the now world famous Causeway Bay bookstore's
owner.
One of the owners.
Co-owner. So he disappeared while on holiday in Phuket. Poof, gone. And then the rest of his compatriots got picked up. The last one was Li Bo from right here in Hong Kong. Everybody's wondering what's going on. He finally pops up again, admitting that, apparently was convicted of some kind of a drinking and driving incident where somebody was killed back in 2004. And now he's like, and I ran away. And all of a sudden my conscience caught up with me. And so I've gone back, which apparently...
He also mentioned that another reason is because of
his mother,
frailing mom.
Yeah. But why did really he got hustled out of a Phuket hotel by 4 undisclosed
at
persons?
This stage, at this stage, I have a very dim hope in finding out the truth, because just too many noises right now.
Yeah.
I mean, even the person appeared, even he accepted interviews. You never know the 100% truth. I think you can get part of the truth, but not the whole truth.
This, I think, and this is part of the pram. When people want to create fear, part of that is confusion. Certainty, even if you know what's going on, even if it looks bad, it is not as disturbing as confusion. So they want to create as much, there's an intention here to create as much confusion
we'll
as
see how this move on, but then there's another crazy news in the evening.
Yeah. And that was...
It's crazier, I think.
Yeah, and this was a case of an annual conference, an international conference that happens. The Falun Gong and their various supporters and people hold it. And it was at BP International, which is run by the Boy Scouts in Hong Kong. And there was a bomb threat there, and there was a device found in the bathroom that was later determined not to be a bomb. But it did its work in terms of, again, disrupting the conference, sowing confusion, and thereby fear.
The crazy thing is that it's not an empty bomb threat. They actually create a prop.
It's a prop, yeah.
It's a prop in a toilet.
Yeah.
With a box.
Yeah.
With some gas tank.
Yeah.
And a clock.
Yeah.
So they actually do something like this.
Yeah.
But it's a fake bomb. I mean,
so
it's crazy.
There's a couple of different parts to this. Okay. So first of all, in terms of Hong Kong, people have assumed that Hong Kong's safe, but the idea was, you could say whatever you want in Hong Kong. It's like, you can say whatever you want in Hong Kong if you don't go to China. And there was this idea that maybe being a foreigner also provided some protection. But now it seems like people can be grabbed off the streets in Hong Kong. In China, they've been grabbing foreigners. It would only be one more step for them to say, we can grab anybody we want in Hong Kong. First off,
I don't think they can ever say this. I think that's why the chief...
they won't say it. They'll just do it.
No, but I think the chief executive has repeatedly said this is not going to happen. That part, I still
Yeah.
believe it. That part, I still believe it.
I agree that he said it, but I don't know if he can enforce it. I don't know if he's in the loop.
I think we have to believe that. Otherwise, there is no SAR. So otherwise, and officially,
Yeah.
I don't know the truth yet.
Right.
So I think that there could still be a possibility
Yeah.
that he was coerced or persuaded to leave Hong Kong in other means.
Well, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it, you know,
yeah,
persuaded,
yeah,
coerced.
yeah.
I mean, coerced is coercion's coercion.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not as direct as people just grab people and
That's
pick
coercion.
them and
That's
pick up
coercion.
and go. I mean, not the way that people got grab and go.
Yeah.
I don't think we should spread fear on the one hand.
Yeah, but I think coercion.
I don't think we should spread fear on the one hand, but I prefer evidence-based journalism. I mean, right now, I just feel that I don't have enough evidence.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's very much the case right now. We don't know if it was official bodies. The other thing I think that we need to watch out for is when people who are a little bit lunatic fringe, when they get certain, they see the environment, they start doing crazy things, thinking that there is some level of approval for it. So whether we're talking about, you know, people who kind of go off their nut and they say, oh, ISIS will approve of me if I do this. They might not have any connection to ISIS or even communication with them, but they go do something crazy because it kind of just takes them over the edge in their minds. So I think these are some of the things we need to watch out for. Of course, the antidote to that is, you know, maintaining the rule of law, maintaining law and order, and not
That's an important backdrop.
any approval of these kind of extra legal renditions or bomb threats and these types of things. So we need to bring the temperature down a little bit in Hong Kong so we can have a sunny afternoon.
Well, hopefully, we can have more facts and evidence.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing you can reassure people. Not some video interviews, which people have a lot of doubts about that. I mean, not letters, I mean, which you didn't know how did he or whether he actually wrote that. You don't know. I mean, there are just too many questions right now. And I think questions spread fear. But I think it's our job to try to let you know the most up-to-date situation and to provide more facts and evidence to you. There's one thing I want to talk about in terms of politics. I think this incident has become a major crisis for the pro-establishment camp right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if they ever want to face any chance at all in the elections this year, I mean, China has to sort things out with the SAR. I mean, otherwise the pro-establishment camp can do nothing.
Yeah.
But just got beaten up, not only by the Pan-Democrats, but by all the voters. I mean, incident like this is cross camps.
I'm sure there's
cross camps.
Yeah, yeah. There is a small core of people that will always think that everything China does is wonderful and perfect and fine, but I think it's a very small, hard
That's very fringe.
It's one extreme of the medium. And I'm sure a lot of people in the pro-establishment camp are really wondering now, what is in this for me? Why do I keep supporting this? And you're seeing unruliness in the pro-establishment camp more and more of late, because I think they're asking themselves, what is in it for me to support CY? Like,
politically, I mean, this is impossible to defend.
Yeah.
Impossible to defend. I mean, there were 5 Hong Kong people disappeared without any evidence about how and why this happened.
Yeah.
I mean, if no one can explain that right now.
So. So these are things that we need to be on the lookout for in terms of personal safety in Hong Kong, whether or not it can be maintained, rule of law. But I think politically, we have to watch and see if the pro-establishment are really, how far they can take this.
What the pro-establishment camp should do right now is stop arguing with the Pan-Democrats. It just hurt them more. What they should do is that use your network. I mean, the voters believe that you have connections with China.
So use them.
Use them and find people and everyone and bring them back to Hong Kong.
Again?
That's what you should do. Not saying silly things from your WhatsApp or whatever.
God.
All right?
Yes. Yeah.
For God's sake, so just shut up and do things right now.
Yeah.
Not the time for arguing.
No.
It's 5 people's life we're talking about.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
we'll see. Once again, I mean, we'll see if the pro-establishment people really have to wonder what's in it for them and why they're continuing.
Yeah,
to
that's
support
important. I mean,
and if they pay a price in the LegCo elections this year and in the election committee elections, which people haven't started talking about, but they will soon, they're really going to wonder why, why they're in this game and what they're in it for. So
I agree with you.
Something to watch for.
Well, good work, Andrew.
Hey, hopefully we'll come up with some good solutions, Vincent.
All right.
Cheers.
Remember to like, share our Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. Harbour Times always with you. Always
right.
with you. And thank you for watching Solution Obvious.